Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Shero Commerce LinkedIn Live. I'm Beth Shero. I'm the CEO and co founder of Shero Commerce. We are your B2B and B2C e commerce experts in helping our customers grow online. I'm excited to join here today and catch you all up on what's new, what's happening in the e-com world. So, just a couple of quick updates. We have a couple of our solution architects at the Shopify Dev Experience in Toronto this week. So, we're super excited for that and all the great knowledge they're going to bring back to share with us. And if you didn't hear, Shopify just released the summer editions with all of the updates that they're offering, which is kind of crazy how much so many new things to explore and learn. So a lot of great things happening on the Shopify front, and we're eager to dig in and share that with the world and with our customers. So summer's just getting started, and we have a big announcement. We have a new team member of ours that's going to be joining me here today to talk about getting ready for Q3, Q4 and strategy. And she's a marketing expert. So I'd love to introduce her. She's Candy, and she's joined as our head of marketing and growth. So I'd love to welcome her here, and I would love for her to introduce herself so you can all get to know her. Welcome, Candy. How are you?
Good. So happy to be here. It's day 3, but I feel like I've been here for like 6 months already, which is always a good sign. We're very, very busy, obviously, kicking off all of our marketing initiatives. I'm kind of like putting myself up to speed with all of our clients and their needs and what we've been doing in terms of marketing. But yeah, to your intro, Q3 is kicking off next week. That means that we need to like start getting ready for Q4. And
Yeah.
there's always like a lot of noise, especially this year and last year in terms of AI, etc. But I really would like to make sure that we're not focusing on the basics of marketing. So yeah, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that. But yeah, thank you so much for being so welcoming. I spent some time with you in New York, and it was great.
Yes, it
So
was
yeah,
great.
very, very excited to be here. I think that we have amazing clients with a lot of e-commerce opportunities. So really looking forward to like rolling up my sleeves and get some work done.
I love it. Yeah, you've definitely hit the ground running. We're excited for you to be here at Shero. And like you said, you came and you just dove right in, and it's like you were always part of Shero. So it's great. I love it.
Good.
All right. So give us your background, your experience.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been in e-commerce for, I would say, 15 years now. Started very early days on e-commerce. I was living in London, in the UK, actually, in the middle of nowhere, working for Interflora. They were just starting their e-commerce activity. They were acquiring smaller competitors in the industry. So from the very kind of like early stages of e-commerce, and then I transitioned to different industries, all the way from creator commerce with Spring and transportation with Lyft. But yeah, I mean, I've been very lucky to work for some amazing startups, and you know how it is. You wear a lot of hats. So I was able to get my hands super dirty, not only in like marketing and growth and digital marketing, but also product and development, and like how those two work together to really drive an e-commerce company forward. So yeah, that's basically me in a nutshell. And now living in Columbus, Ohio, or originally from Argentina. So yeah, very excited to be here.
Awesome. And we love your global experience and all of the great knowledge from the merchant side, sort of speak, too, that you
Yes.
bring. You've
Yeah,
worked,
yeah, yeah.
on both sides. So it's great.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, awesome. And actually, when you were in New York, we were talking about this as such a prime time, especially for merchants that are selling a lot during the holiday season, of how do you ramp up, and that you obviously should have a strategy going into the year starting in January, but like now we're halfway through the year. What are some things that people need to start thinking about? And I know we're going to dig more into this
Yeah.
in July, but you want to give us a little sneak peek on your thoughts on things to look for?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like day 3 here at Shiro, but like being in e-commerce for so long is always like you always tackle Q4 when like it's a little bit too late. And
Right.
there has been a lot of noise with AI, etc. And sometimes we forget the basics, really. So my main focus, at least for like our Shiro companies and partners, is to really make sure that they're set up for success in like the very basics of marketing. So life cycle, CRO, SEO, all of those different areas within digital marketing that really, again, are the basics. And sometimes if you don't have the basics, Q4 can get very competitive. Everybody's throwing millions of dollars right into acquiring new customers, etc., which is excellent. Obviously, everybody wants to focus on top of funnel, but then when we bring those clients in, how do we retain them? And how do we bring them back in 2025, right? So I
Right.
would like to start planning with our clients and internally what Q4 looks like, but how can we bring a very robust Q4 of 2024 that then we can replicate in Q1 of 2025, where everybody in e-commerce is losing their brains because everybody spent a lot of money in Christmas, right?
Right.
And then
Right.
it's a super dry quarter. But I think that if we acquire high quality customers with solid strategies in terms of top of funnel, and then we have a robust strategy in place to really retain these customers and really give them what they want, then hopefully Q1 is less stressful, because in my 15 years of experience, it always seems like Q1, the end is going to end, the world is going to end, right? So I want to make sure that we become a little bit more proactive on that end.
Yeah. Awesome. I know also, we've had some challenge. Well, I've heard other people's experience with this as well, but we've seen challenges with, GA4 and the data that you can collect.
Yes.
We just had a LinkedIn Live, the last one where we spoke with Vervon, and they specialize in PPC advertising, and they said that a lot of their customers are transitioning to create a user experience to encourage people to sign up, so you can maintain that data from your customer, create a unique user experience, and also use that for marketing purposes,
Right.
which I thought was really interesting. And it's just the GA4 thing is like just really painful for a lot of people. So
Everybody's
I don't
suffering.
know if you have any input on like data thoughts about that,
No,
and
no, yeah. I mean,
I
I
feel
think
like,
the top of mind, and I actually was having some conversations with our account managers yesterday, is making sure that we're ready, because next
yeah,
week is the deadline, right?
yeah,
So everybody out there, you need to be ready. GA4 is going to happen whether we like it or not.
right.
And to be honest, it's a matter of like, it is what it is. Let's make the most out of it because we don't have a choice. But to your point, acquiring customers and like making them sign up and like really returning is going to be a game changer, and something I think that like e-commerce companies are going to have to really focus on. And I think that that's when really solid UX and UI come into place to make it super easy for that kind of like step from being traffic to an actual client happen. So which are the ways in companies are going to come and really optimize that flow,
Yeah.
so you can kind of like get more people through the door, and then you own that data and you can make the most out of GA4 that no one person I know loves it. So
One
yeah.
person.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I personally think that like has some pros and cons, but like I feel like a lot of people are struggling and
Yeah.
we don't have
Well,
a
and any change is hard, to be fair.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that we're gonna have to make the most out of it. I think it has a lot of good things that we should like try to enjoy. But yeah, to your point, I mean, this is an industry that changes all the time. This is
Right.
not the first time that happens. Everybody was like losing their minds when Meta back in the day, Facebook changed everything in terms of like ads regulation. There's always a workaround things, right? I think that it's just a matter of like, let's ease from the shock of the change and then be a little bit more strategical on like how we can get those clients through their door and make them sign up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know this is a big topic and you kind of mentioned it before, but with AI, and we will probably do a whole session on this, but from your perspective, I know you're super excited about using AI in different ways and
Yeah.
innovating. Like, what inspires you with AI and like what gives you hope that, it's a positive thing, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah, to be honest, I want to be super transparent. I don't think that to up to now, I don't have like a AI or like a platform that has incorporated AI that I'm like fascinated about. I think
Yeah.
that we're still in early stages. I do believe, and this is like very cliche conversation in marketing of like how segmented we're going to be in terms of like targeting really people with the things that they like. Um, the thing that I'm very interested about, and this is something that I read in an article, is like when AI really becomes kind of like a personal assistant for every single human out there, and how our
Yeah.
brands gonna come to those assistants to really like map an entire day for a human with everything that they need. I do believe though, and this is just obviously my personal opinion, that at some point that is gonna become very exhausting. So I think that the challenge that marketing teams and branding teams are going to have is like, how are we going to humanize it a little bit
Right.
more so it's not that kind of like robotic kind of life? Because I think that we're going to miss the basics of like the human touch, the things not being always like so perfect or having everything that we need. I think that we're going to go back a little bit. Just my personal opinion. I have no idea what's
Who
going to
knows,
happen,
right? Yeah, no,
right?
this is just all like, what do
His
we think?
expectations, right? Like of like what could potentially happen, and a lot of inspiration from some good movies
Yeah.
out there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Personally, so far, I haven't been able to kind of like implement anything I like AI fully yet. I don't think is there yet. Still needs a
Yeah.
like human component, but for sure it's
100%.
gonna be, yeah, it's gonna happen soon. I think it's early stages. There's a lot of talk too, and not a lot of
Of
delivery
course.
on the
Of course.
platform side of things and so forth. So we'll see. But for sure, in terms of this segmentation, I think that's going to be a no-brainer for marketing. For me, it's like from a brand and design perspective, how do we really nail it so it like actually looks good and human,
Yeah.
and we're really touching into like feelings and emotions that people connect with.
Yeah. I mean, I read and listen to so many things about AI, and it's like, there's that whole fear about like, well, I'm going to be replaced. But like to your point, like people still like crave human interaction as much as we're isolated. We need it. We're humans,
Yeah.
and we need experts to feed the data to AI, at least now, right? So
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
I think
definitely.
it's just like a great tool to use, but it definitely doesn't solve, like, it's not mature enough. Like, there's still so much to do.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I mean, us as consumers, we're getting way more picky, and we're adding a lot more factors into decision making when we're about
Yeah.
to purchase, right? We want some people, like in my case, if I'm buying beauty products, I would like them to be cruelty free,
Right.
so
Yeah.
like an organic product, etc. So I would like to see how that happens, right?
Mhm.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Still
Oh,
early
yeah.
days. Let's see what happens. I think that a lot of people are making very good investments. Definitely, I've been using like the only one that I can tell you, ChatGPT. For sure, I've been
Of
using it. It's
course.
great for content. It's great for like a lot of things, but it still needs the human to be there, editing,
Yeah.
curating, writing the query, making sure that it makes sense. A lot of editing needs to happen. So we'll see.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you kind of just diving in today. I know this was like last second, and we put you
Okay.
on the spot a little bit, but I just wanted to give a little teaser of what's to come and share with the world your expertise that we're grateful to have on the Shero team.
No, no, thank you so much. I am very happy to be here. And I think that this is just the beginning. So I
Yep,
think that whoever is listening out there, you're going to hear a lot more and from the brands that we represent and what we're doing on the marketing side of things for sure.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap for today. We are going to do a little bit of a longer session next time with a couple more team members. I'm actually heading to Europe, so I'll get to be with the Albania team. So we'll be in Albania presenting on the next LinkedIn Live. So once again, thank you all for joining. I want to thank Candy for just diving in here. I'm Beth Shero, and always be learning.